If you're doing what everyone tells you to do and growing an audience, but when it comes to actually launching, people aren't just buying, it can be really frustrating. There are usually only a few reasons why your audience isn't buying during a launch. One, the offer doesn't sound compelling enough. Buyers need to see the value, yes, but they also need to know this is something that is a must-have right now, not a nice-to-have. Have you conveyed that and the reasons why it's a must-have? More than once. The sales page has to go further than it did a couple of years ago, even when we know that attention spans are shorter. Those that skim read still need to see every benefit. Number two, you're only talking to one issue for the buyer. Your buyers likely want your offer for very different reasons. Let's take my passive income course, for example. Some come in because they want to make passive income, but some come in because they've tried and failed before. Some just want to learn one thing that the passive income course teaches, like audience growth or just the launching. When talking about your offer, you need several mediums, whether social media or email, covering all these different reasons that they buy, so they know it is actually for them. Number three, you aren't using buyer psychology. In the last couple of years, those of us that understand buyer psychology have had great launches because it's become more obvious than ever how important understanding your buyer is. This is where understanding different launch buyer personas becomes really important so that you can attract all the different types of people. This one thing can triple your revenue as more people buy because you understand them. Number four, you aren't using storytelling and gamification. Both of these modalities have become needed in launching as attention spans dwindle and people get used to selling online. Stories get people interested, they counter objections that people have for buying, and they can be used to show credibility and past success stories. Whereas gamification keeps people interested, and it can be done ethically, rewarding your audience for participation. Number five, you're still attempting to automate everything. Personal outreach is no longer a choice to add into a launch. It's an essential part, and there are so many ways to add connection into your launches. There's no excuse not to do it. Connection to your audience to galvanize them into knowing they can trust you enough to buy from you is likely the most important part of a launch. You can connect in your launch events, in your sales process, whilst using automation to make things easier, as trust becomes more important than ever to an audience that has likely felt let down when buying previously. When you hear that audiences aren't buying from launches, no, that's not true. Audiences are buying, with the online learning space one of the fastest growing industries in 2024. But there are newer, fresher ways of launching that you need to know to make sure it's you they buy.